tonight, and the devil is indeed in the details. Tonight, NTV can authoritatively reveal that the ill-fated dormitory at Hillside and Russia Academy fell remarkably short of the recommended school safety standard manual by the Ministry of Education. Measurements by satellite technology now show that the dorm measured 69 feet by 42 feet, yet housed 164 students, meaning that required spacing was not met. And as our senior reporter Ibrahim Karanja now tells us, even the girls' dormitory that is still standing falls short of the required standards.
This exclusive drone footage of the ill-fated dormitory at Hillside and Russia Academy deliberately captured close-up to draw in the detail of what it used to be like. This is what was left of the dormitory as 21 children lost their lives here. Next to it is the girls' dormitory, which has a similar structure to the ill-fated dormitory. A closer look at what is left, one will notice that the dormitory has only two doors, one at the front and the other at the back. The door on the front side opens outside towards a shoe rack where the learners kept their shoes, leading to the ablution blocks. On the other end, the door at the back of the dormitory opens towards the school's kitchen that is located a few meters from it. According to sources which include children who were in the dormitory, this door was always locked. It is from this back door that the fire broke out before it completely engulfed the entire structure. At the center, dividing the dorm into two parts through the middle, is a stone wall still visible at the site and a connecting door and some windows. This is the wall which separated the children of grades 7 and 8 from those in grades 6 and 5. Bed wetters also had their designated corner in the room. A keener eye will notice that with these details of the structure, there was no emergency exit at the middle of the dormitory as is required by the safety standards in school manual by the Ministry of Education. There are also 8 windows, 4 on either side, with the learners in grades 7 and 8 having 4 for their use, while those in grades 6 and 5 having 3 for their use, since the 4th one was located where the patron's cubicle was positioned. So when the fire broke out, the children were forced to either scamper towards the door leading to the shoe rack and cause a stampede, or to jump out through the 7 windows since the other door was closed. This caused a stampede towards the only exit door available. Remember, more than 150 learners were inside the dormitory. NTV's investigation through Google Earth technology shows that the dormitory did not meet the safety standards as was required by the Safety Standards Manual. According to data from satellite images captured by Google on the 17th of September 2019, the length of the dormitory was approximately 69 feet, while its width was 42 feet.
We continue with our calculations, and government tells us that by the night of the inferno, the dormitory was hosting 164 learners. Now, there are safety standards that direct schools and how their dormitories should be. And we believe if the students were spending the night on double-decker beds, being 164 students, we are speaking about 82 beds. NTV has established through exclusive drone footage that there were 4 rows of beds. So we are speaking about at least 20 beds per row. So this means, according to the ministry, there should be 2-meter spacing between beds. 2 meters is equivalent to 6 feet. So one particular side of the length of that particular dormitory ought to have been 134 feet. Yet on the other side, assuming again that the beds were on the usual size of 3 feet by 6 feet, 4 rows of bed would mean that the width of this particular dormitory ought to have been 42 feet.
Considering the number of students who were sleeping here given by the government, then this school had violated the law and the dormitory should not have had 164 students. If the school had followed the guidelines properly, the dormitory for 164 pupils should have been at least 134 feet long, but it was only 69 feet long, which clearly meant that there was a lot of overcrowding. It should be noted that boxes belonging to the children were also in the same congested space. More disappointing is the fact that the school continued to operate without being monitored by anyone in government, and it was clear that this was known since the area assistant chief Mwangi Mwaura is an immediate neighbor to the school. But what is even more disappointing is that although it survived the fire, the girls' dormitory does not meet the set safety and quality standards. Interestingly, Education CS Julius Ogamba seemed to cover this up when he visited the school. Pupils of Hillside and Arasha Academy are required back at school soon, as government officials want the reopening of the school because of the forthcoming national examinations. Existing safety and security shortfalls notwithstanding. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV.